Hey there, Team LCPS. I hope your school year is off to a great start. There have been a lot of crazy changes this summer when it comes to AI, and there's been some big headlines. School AI has launched a whole new platform, but outside of that, we've seen advancements in Google Gemini, VO3 video generation, and also ChatGPT 5 was just launched. There was a lot of hype around ChatGPT 5, what it meant for the future, how powerful it was going to be, and what we were going to be able to do with it. I'll be honest with you, when it came out, people aren't super impressed, but there are a few key things that have changed that are really cool. AI agency is one big thing that a lot of people are talking about, and we're going to save that for another time because that's a whole topic that we need to unpack together. But one really cool feature about ChatGPT 5 is it's opened up the gates to free users. So it's given free users a lot more power, a lot more ability. And before, there used to be several different models you could choose from, and you were limited based on what platform or plan you were on and what you could choose. Now, ChatGPT 5 is the standard for everyone. There's still limits on usage and the amount of things you can do, but again, there's some really neat stuff. And one of the things that I want to show you right now is that you can actually use ChatGPT 5 to write custom HTML web-based programs for you like that. You don't need to be a professional coder anymore. All you need to know is how to describe what you're looking for, and it'll do the rest for you. So come along with me as we work through this process and check it out. For me, it blew my mind. Hopefully you feel the same way.
So whenever I don't know how to do anything, the first thing I do is go to ChatGPT. So here I asked it, I'm interested in learning more about your coding features. Can you give me some ideas that K-12 educators might do? So it spit out 5 different ideas on programs educators could build to help their students. I really like this number 2. So now all I got to do is go ahead and select that text and copy it. And I'm going to jump over to a new window of ChatGPT. And here I'm going to give it some basic instructions around what I want that program to look like. So I'm just going to say specifically it needs to be an HTML code. And that's important because we want this to run in a web browser. We don't want to have any special programs. If we want to share this with students in Google Classroom, we want to be able to just download it and run it in a web browser. The other thing I'm going to add in here is some colored stuff. So I'm just going to say use green and gold accents for my background colors and any buttons or things like that. You can get as fancy as you want here, but the beauty of this is that it can be an iterative process. Like everything I've said in my other videos is you can start with just something basic, and then as you're doing it, have more and more ideas and just keep telling ChatGPT to add these things in. So I'm just going to hit enter here, and you can see now that it's thinking. So this is something new for ChatGPT 5. A lot of people would complain that the answers that you got were too quick or too simple or not good enough. Well, at ChatGPT 5, you're going to notice a lot slower response times. The reason for that is because it's really thinking intently about what it's doing. For simple problems, simple questions, it's going to move a lot quicker. But this is a very complex thing that I've asked it to do. So it's going to take a lot of time. It's also going to take a ton of time to write the code. And when I say a ton of time, I mean 3 minutes, maybe four max. But for me now, that feels like a ton of time because we live in this instant environment where things just happen. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up right now so you can see it work. But just know that this took about 4 or 5 minutes. Now that the code's done writing, you can scroll back up to the top and hit the edit button. That's important because it's going to open this whole new world where you could actually go in and edit, interact with the code. But what's more important than that is you can click the run in the upper right hand corner, and now we'll actually run your program. So you can go in, you can click the buttons, you can see that it's created this environment where there's pie charts and graphs, and I can edit the numbers, I can tweak things, I can change things. I'll tell you that it doesn't run perfectly in this environment. Some of the features might not work, but it gives you a good example and representation of what it feels like. So if there was any of this that you didn't like, you could go back out and tell ChatGPT to make changes or do things differently and then rerun it. It would rewrite the code and edit all of it. So it's pretty awesome how quickly you can write all this computer code, edit it, change it, and you have a real working program right here in this environment that you can test out and play with. I know what you're thinking, but Kenny, how do I get this out of ChatGPT and share it with other people or my students? Well, don't worry, it's easy, just a couple of clicks. So you're going to go back to that code editor and you're going to select and copy and paste all of that original code that it wrote before. And then you're going to go down to your computer, standard Windows machine, and you're just going to open a program called Notepad. It's like the way, way, way precursor to Microsoft Word before Microsoft was king. You're going to paste all this code into Notepad. And once you have it pasted in there, you're just going to go up to the top left corner, File, Save As. You can name the file whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But what's extremely important is at the end of that name, you put .html. You saving it as a .html file will tell your web browser how to open and interact with this file. So once you have that file saved, it's just as simple as double clicking and opening that file, and it'll launch automatically in your web browser, which is most likely Google Chrome. This is one that I made earlier that I really like. So keep that in mind as you're developing these programs. You don't have to go with the first one you make or the last one you make. You can do several different versions and pick the one that you like the best. Once you have that .html file, you could email it to someone, upload it on the internet, share it in Google Classroom. The sky's the limit. People just have to download it, double click on it, and boom, they can access whatever program you wrote. If you want to check out some other stuff, I suggest doing a Google search. There's a lot of power and capability here. Check out the cool feature where I was able to take a screenshot as well. ChatGPT can also write custom programs. It just takes a little bit more work and a little bit more understanding.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm excited to see what you create.